Another blessed day in South Florida. Well, today I'm heading to class, and from there I'll be showing a few properties to an investor later on today. Now, as promised, I've received a couple of questions, and I will address a couple of them, but I've received several questions from you all, and I appreciate it. I thank you for submitting them. Now, the first question, was, what is driving the South Florida market, real estate market in particular? Well, the answer is not complicated, but it's almost like a perfect storm. So let's take a look at it. I think, simply put, it is a matter of supply and demand. As we all, those of us who live here, we understand South Florida has been the population growth. There's been a migration to South Florida from not only around the country but around the world. People are moving here. So housing is, of course, a necessity, a demand. So the demand is driving the market. Couple that with low inventory, meaning there are not as many homes available as there are buyers willing to buy. So with that said, those are two factors that are already affecting the real estate market in South Florida. Therefore, prices, as we all know, demand, high demand, increased price. Now, second, so those are two aspects. But when you look at the fact that access to money has never been so cheap to access. So interest rates are so low that people who can afford to buy are buying, and they're moving here. So those two factors couple together, and then you add one other element to the mix. With the COVID pandemic, a lot of employers are allowing employees to work remotely or work from home. So now people are no longer confined to live near their place of business or employment. So that also has an impact. So all in all, I would say it's almost a perfect storm. For when you combine all these factors, well, that, in my opinion, account for, at least in large part, account for the growth or the high increase in prices, home prices. Now, the other question that I receive, and this is something I hear quite often, a large portion of my clientele base tend to be people who are buying second homes, third homes for investment purposes. So I do hear that quite a lot. I hear folks ask me, and I received that recently from one. The question is, well, should I buy now or should I wait until the market calms down? Well, the sarcastic answer is, well, when is it going to come down? Really? But the other aspect, the serious answer is, it depends on what the person's trying to accomplish. If you are, for example, buying your first home, and this is your first home, I usually tell people, buy your home when you are ready to buy. Whenever you are ready to buy, that is the perfect time for you to buy. When all your factors come together to make you a viable buyer, that is when you should buy. If you are an investor, then the question becomes, what do you plan on doing with the property? Are you doing it for flipping? You trying to make a quick profit? Or are you planning on holding, meaning putting it on the market? Well, again, I remember not long ago, homes that were duplexes, fourplexes, triplexes For example, a duplex. Duplexes that were on the market in some areas that were going for about $325 to $350 about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Today, those same duplexes are, well, similar duplexes are priced at a much higher price range, $450, $550. So my question is, had a person not purchased at the rise, at the beginning of the rise, and held off, you can see how much money there would have, how much equity that there would have passed on. So when you buy, it depends on when you are ready to buy. Investors tend to focus on return on their investment, which is great. You must. That's the first element. You've got to look at the return on your investment. But the price range is not necessarily always indicative of when you should buy. You should buy if that property is an income property and it will give you a return on your investment, whatever your return is. Now, we all know not only housing prices are going up, but also rents go up. So there's always, so in a nutshell, look for a property that will meet your investment goal. But remember, when you own a rental, every penny that's paid on your behalf is profit. So just keep that in mind. I won't keep this too long. I think I've gone way too long, but I thank you, and I hope you continue to send in your questions. Thank you.